Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I guess I'm fine. I mean, same as it ever was. It's one day after the next, right?
That's generally how the progression of time works.
Smarty pants.
Just, just a traveler.
Just a traveler of time and space. Uh, I guess we are by playing this, right? That's what we're doing here. We're exploring the past. I gotta tell you, I'm a little nervous doing this every week. Not playing. Playing's easy. I know that's usually gonna end up terrible. But when it's my turn to do the historical research, I always feel a little intimidated because you do such a polished job of your
No, I
research.
don't.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do. It comes off so flawlessly. Flawlessly. See, I can't even say flawlessly without screwing it up.
Nope.
It comes out so smooth and erudite and eloquent. It's like Uncle Peter's story time, and you're just spinning a yarn of the ancients to us. And I gotta say, I appreciate it. It is great. Mine, however, is just a hack and slash job. It's what I need to do to get the most amount of material through the least amount of research. That's what I do each and every week. So, yeah, that's what we're doing here. So, would you like to hear a story of? I guess this is the final big battle of our young Alexander the Great. Now, I guess we can give him that moniker, right? Because he's earned it at this point. This is
Looks like he's reached. He's gotten all the way to India.
He
So
has. This is the essentially it's the last hurrah. This is the high water mark of Alexander's expansion, both to the east and now to the south. So last week we did the Jakartist River, which, as you pointed out, was somewhere up in Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan or Armenia, somewhere up around, definitely farther north than where we are now. And so, in the last couple of years advanced, this is 2 years later, Alexander has moved slowly southward, just expanding and adding the Alexandrias in every place that he vanquishes. And he gets now to what is this is Hydaspes, or this. So the river here is the Hydaspes River to the Greeks. That's their name for it. The local name is the Jhelum. I don't know if you actually pronounce the J and the H. It could just be Jhelum, the Jhelum River, which geographically speaking is kind of northern Pakistan, northern Punjab, India, and this river has significant importance because this was Alexander's physical geographic impediment to moving south into to conquer. And the reason he was doing this was he did not want to leave this final flank exposed. He had moved so far and he had gained so much that he knew that the kingdoms south of the river here were pretty strong. Now, not strong by the sense of Macedonian strength that we've seen exhibited, but they were certainly steadfast in their own capabilities. And he didn't want to leave that kind of unchecked strength on this new flank of the Macedonian Empire. So he felt he needed to go in there and take them on. Our opponent here on the Indian side is King Porus, and he is one of the last few in these kingdoms here in India. And during this 2 year period southward, Alexander had made, I guess, allies with some of the other rival kings of King Porus here that were farther north of the river. One of them is Taxiles, and he and a couple of the other smaller kingdoms were working now in alliance with Alexander because common enemy is Porus, so they felt that they could help and maybe get some of the spoils if he were to conquer them. And as I said, the big impediment here is the river. This is the spring, so the spring rains and the water and the snow melt have come in, and the river itself is swollen. It is too hard to cross in most spaces, so they had to constantly find a fordable crossing area. Now Porus has brought his whole army here, and this is numbering somewhere, depending on the historical records, anywhere from 20 to 50,000 infantry. He's got at least 180 war elephants here, anywhere from 180 to 200. So it's a pretty hefty force that Alexander is encountering, but he can't get across the river. So every time he tries to move to a different crossing location, Porus is just shadowing him across the river. So each night what Alexander would do is he'd send scouting parties up and downstream to trying to find some fordable areas, and he had to start this game. This is almost like the beginnings of the spycraft game, because he had to do deception, battlefield of deception, and he would leave Craterus, whom we've seen before. He'd leave Craterus at the main body, and he would go with some of the other forces, and they would try to find these other locations in which to cross. At one point, he went about 17 or 18 miles upstream, and he did find a spot. But it was still a wide enough portion of the river that there was an island in the center, so they had to shuttle units back and forth every night up to this crossing point and build small boats and get everybody over to the river first, and then across the river itself. And all of this is just leading up, and Porus is kind of figuring that he's safe. He's got the river as his natural ally, and Alexander's not going to get across in mass. And so he kind of, lets his guard down. He falls back on some false security. And lo and behold, Alexander does get across with a pretty sizable force. At first he sends some small probing units across, and they take on, Porus has sent some of his sons and some of their cavalry forces to just kind of skirmish with him. Well, they get defeated, and now Porus realizes, yes, all right, he's coming in force, so I've got to be prepared. And once they are across the river in mass, now we've got the setup here. We've got Alexander with his cavalry. We got two sets of companion cavalry tonight, so that's interesting. Craterus is got one, and Alexander's got the other. With a more sizable, he's got some light bow cavalry on his flank. And the bulk of the forces are with this general Antigenes here, and those are the heavy Macedonian phalanxes. That's the punch, as you pointed out last week. We've got the hammer and anvil. That is again demonstrated here. That's the strategy that seems to work for Alexander, so that's what he's going to do. On the other side, Porus has a little bit of everything, but you can see it's mostly light units, and that is to reflect the fact that while they're strong by local, he's sort of the big kid in his small schoolyard, but he's certainly nothing compared to the Macedonians, and I think that's what they're trying to show here. Lots of light bow up front. He's put his cavalry, such as it is, on the flanks, along with some heavy chariots. And historically, what Alexander did was the companions there in the center went immediately for the Indian right flank, and they managed to neutralize those light cavalry there on that, and literally started flanking them from that side. The heavy chariots were not as effective as they would be against local opponents, because they're unwieldy. The overall armies of the Indian forces, they had poor armor. Their metal and their short swords were certainly not anything in comparison to the javelins that we see that the Macedonians use to great effect. So at that point, the cavalry and the chariots kind of shrink back in towards the center, and then they say, all right, it's time for the elephants. So the elephants are brought forward. And the elephants, as we've seen, with middling success, were extremely effective here. They got right into the face of the heavy phalanxes there, and were doing what was described in some accounts as grievous damage to the heavies. They just got in there. On top of each of these war elephants is what's called a howdah, which is a large wooden structure, and it actually has anywhere from 3 to 5 bowmen and javeliners inside of that. So it's like a pillbox on top of an elephant, and they move in there, and the light forces come into, in this case, the light forces actually come in to support the heavies who are just getting trampled and thrown about. And they start attacking with their axes, and they're trying to actually physically hamstring a lot of these elephants. I mean, they got 200 elephants out there, so they're stabbing them with poison spears, and they're trying to kill the drivers, and it's just a scene of total chaos. I mean, we've got horses being trampled, whatever cavalry's left, and we've got all these elephants starting to rampage, and boy howdy are they going to rampage, I suspect, tonight. But
I am forced to admit, sounds like they could have used the help of an elf.
oh yes, 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 or perhaps a dwarf. But these are not oil elephants; these are war elephants. In this case, some of the drivers were killed, and to make matters worse, the light units, because they've poisoned their spears, have now stabbed these enraged elephants, causing even more chaos and more rampage. So that in and of itself was unintentionally probably the most effective part of the Indian forces here. Porus himself is injured at least 6 times by these accounts, but he manages to survive, and he's riding his own elephant, but does not have a howdah on the back. He's just got chainmail armor. And when the battle has finally turned into essentially a rout, he does not get killed, but he actually gets summoned a few times by Alexander to meet on the battlefield under flag of truce. And the humorous part of that aspect is that first he sends a messenger, and that messenger is killed, and then they send a friend of Porus's whom he trusts to say, "Come over, Alexander wants to talk to you," and he's disregarding all these. Finally, they manage to get to him, and he comes over, meets with Alexander under flag of truce, and relinquishes, his sword. He surrenders the battlefield, but Alexander is really impressed. He has not met a foe as able as Porus has demonstrated today. So he says, "What would you have me do?" And Porus says, in a famous line, "Treat me as you would treat a king." And Alexander is very impressed by this. So what he ends up doing is he says, "Okay, you're still a king. I want you to be my vassal, but you will still run your kingdom as my sovereign, as part of the Macedonian Empire, and you will guard my flank." So even by losing, Porus still managed to win. He got to keep everything, and all he had to do was swear some kind of fealty. And more, right? Exactly. You get the benefits of being a member, I guess, of the Macedonian Empire.
And he wound up actually controlling more territory.
That's right. Right. Yeah, he got some of the other group territories that Alexander had conquered, and said, "Oh, here, let me stick this to your empire." So again, this is the biggest, I guess, the last hurrah, because Alexander says, "All right, we've done great here. Let's keep going." And at this point, some of his military generals are saying, "Yeah, I think we should start heading west, because we're stretched pretty thin here." And it wasn't an outright mutiny, but they were starting to get harder and harder to control and or inspire to keep marching and keep moving. So he finally relents and starts moving back towards Babylon, and as we will see in 3 years' time, he will be dead after an evening of wine drinking, and there are some who think he was perhaps assassinated, and thus will begin the wars of the successors, which we will carry on with in the next few scenarios. But yeah, this is the last we will see of Alexander. So pretty.
Alexander and his extra die.
That's right. I'm sure they'll figure out some way to give benefits to the legacy. But I'm going to open up the War Council here. We've got the Battle of Hydaspes is 326. I will start with the Macedonian army there on the and essentially this map is more or less oriented correctly. We've got the Macedonians on the north, having come across the river upstream there a bit. The Indians on the south side with Porus. They will have 5 command cards. Macedonians will get to go first, and this is nothing. The terrain here is pretty straightforward. The river is completely impassable, so it's really there just for show. However, there are 2 forest hexes there that could potentially be beneficial in the battle. And as we've seen, yes, when Alexander is with any unit, that gets 1 extra battle die. in close combat. And because we've got two companions here, we've got two companion cavalries, they will always be able to ignore a sword symbol and one flag in close combat. So beyond that, nothing particularly difficult or strange or new for this one. This is going to just be a slugfest to 7 banners, I think. So, what are your thoughts?
We've never had a scenario, I think, with 3 elephants. I think 2 has been our max. Elephants and heavy chariots, 2 units in our games, which never really seem to impress.
This is true.
So I think certainly the key for the Indian player here is going to be mastering these unique units.
Yes, I think so. And I was sitting here just kind of sussing it out myself, and obviously cards and dice completely the factor here. But I think this one is going to reward patience. Now, I say that because you and I now here we are, 20 some odd weeks into this, and we have learned that rushing into battle is oftentimes not prudent. But this one with 3 or 4 rows of hexes in between us, who is going to really make the aggressive move here to close the distance in battle? I wonder if there's not going to be a little bit of dancing until that double time card shows up, or I am Spartacus or something. But it's just the feeling I have. I don't know. But with Alexander, he was as we know impetuous, and he tried to use a flanking a pincher move here on this one. So he sent one set of companions to the right flank of the Indians, and then he himself went after sort of the heavy chariots there on the left towards near where Porus is. Will that be effective tonight? Who can say? But I'm ready to go if you are.
All right, well, let's get to it.
Okay, so here are my cards. Drawing 6.
During your narrative, I took the opportunity to give some names to Porus's unnamed generals.
Oh, very nice. Good.
So,
spit
one
take.
there.
I love spit take.
Close friend of Porus, does not survive the battle, and apparently some of his sons die too. Couldn't really find the name of any of his sons in anything historical. I'm drawing that name from an Indian TV drama around Porus's life as one of his sons. So don't even know if that son was actually in this battle.
That was in some of the research. I said that they did mention that Porus's son was named, wait for it, Porus. So that would stand to reason.
I thought about just naming him the Sons of Porus, but that might be a bridge too far for Warhammer 40k fans.
Oh, really?
I'll explain it to you after the show.
Okay. I have drawn my cards. You can go ahead and grab yours.
So I'm getting 5. All right.
Okay, everything sounds good. All right, so I go first. What am I gonna do? So many choices. I believe I will do a line command to start.
That's quite the line you got already.
All of these units here. So go there. Actually, he's gonna go back there. He'll stay there. I think that's where he's gonna be. Okay. That's good. It is over to you.
Trying to launch a coordinated attack. Light bowmen. Target your light bow cavalry with 1 die. Target your heavy hoplite infantry. A retreat, which you could ignore.
We shall ignore.
So show targeted a different unit. Let's see, and then same target. 1 die. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, and nothing.
Okay, I think we will do 3 units on the right. It'll be those 3. So 1, 2, 3. Hmm. And then the light bow cavalry here will fling 2 arrows at your light bowmen. So let's see what we get. They get a retreat.
They retreat 2. 1. Take a hit.
Okay. And the other one has no target now, so he is just done. Back to you.
4 on the right.
Interesting.
Oh.
Spring the trap. Here we go. All right. We will start with the mediums down here against your light bow, who may evade.
They shall.
Okay, with just 4 dice straight up. Ooh. I got your number. Alright. This heavy will go after this light. Same option.
Yeah, they'll evade.
Okay. 5 dice, green circles. Good evade. Alright. The big boys here. 5 dice against your elephants with leader bonus. As I recall, you can ignore all sword hits.
Correct.
Okay. Here it goes. And that is a wipeout. He will move forward. And he will attack the leader there. 5 dice and
The sons of Porus.
yes, son of a 5 dice, leader bonus. 2 hits, 2 retreats, one of which you can ignore. Okay, here we go. Here's your leader check. He's halfway there, but he's okay. All right. Heavy chariots is the target for the heavies. I believe they can evade since they are wheeled and I'm on foot. I think I see a way out of this.
They can. And I ignore swords, but I'm only going to roll 3 dice to battle back. I think I will evade.
Okay. And there's 5 dice, the red squares only. And that will take them out. And I think they will march forward and take ground. Okay, that is all for the double time.
That was very effective, Patrick.
Why do I have a feeling I'm going to see a counterattack?
I don't know. I gotta think about this here. So don't worry, folks. You'll edit this out of the rebroadcasting. So this ponderous silence won't interfere with your enjoyment of.
You take as much time as you need.
Let's do that. activate those 4. You have no idea how effective your attack was. Completely derailing my plans. All right.
I'm keeping that part in because I don't think I've ever heard that part before.
Okay. So I'll do this instead. So I'll still move the elephant the way I did. All right. Elephant attacking the heavy infantry.
All right, history repeating.
So this will be 5 dice. Swords will count as additional hits. So here we go.
Okay.
So 1 retreat. So, and right now you've got 2 hits.
Right.
Rolling 2 more dice. No more hits. So 2 hits and a retreat.
Right, and they will go. Yeah, they'll go there, and you may advance in battle again if you wish.
I may. I think I'm gonna have to and go after the same unit. I have 5 more dice.
That is a knockout. Grievous injury to the heavies.
Alright. And then these 2 auxilia units. I'll throw poison tip javelins, I believe you said,
I believe it is correct.
at your medium infantry.
Okay.
Longbowmen did not move, so they'll get 2 dice against your heavy hoplites. And a retreat, which you can ignore.
We shall ignore. It was very good.
Oh, believe me, not as good as it could have been.
Alright, we'll activate our heavy troops. And we'll press it there. First we'll have these heavies against Malikitu. 5 dice plus leader bonus. Here goes. And that. And here is his check. 1 die. He's okay.
He's just evading, so he could technically scoot along the back edge.
No, he has to evade toward his side of the... Yeah, so the fact that he moved there is as far as he can go.
Okay.
You can evade him off the map at no loss. He's just out of the battle.
No loss of banners. Nah, he'll stick around.
Okay.
He's a loyal son of Porus.
Alright. The heavies there with Antigenes will attack. You are evading, so 5 dice with green circles only. I need a green circle. 1 green circle will do. And I do not get it. That was very nice. Okay. That is all.
I need to consult the rulebook.
Do, sir, do.
Old offensive of yours has really put me on my heels. You can leave that in too.
Both bold and spicy.
That answers that question.
You'll be sure to tell me what you looked up afterwards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to play line command.
Mm-hmm.
Leader units do not count as foot units as far as I can tell.
That is correct.
So that loyal son there cannot be activated by this card. So we'll just have to be these fine units here activating.
Well, that looks like a wedge.
It does. So, first, a volley of arrows towards those medium infantry. Ooh.
Ow, that stings.
And then over here. Auxilia will be attacking your heavy hoplites. So 3 dice with leader bonus versus antigenes. Nothing. A retreat if you want. Oh no! Leader bonus. So there we go. There's a hit.
Oh, well, look at that.
And a retreat if you want to take it.
No, that's fine. This is all
Sure.
good. Go ahead and take your leader check.
All right. 2 dice. Nothing.
All right. Antigenes will return with 5 dice, and Righteous Fury, wiping them out.
Light bow. 2 dice. A retreat.
No, they'll stay.
2 more dice from the other bowman.
Thunk, indeed. Go ahead and,
Thunk.
did you check the leader check the first time?
I did.
Okay. And
Yeah, for the Auxilia.
yes. Yeah, okay.
Nothing there.
All right.
But here we go. Here's a leader check from the bowman. With.
Okay.
That is all she wrote.
I will do I am Spartacus. Alright, so we're gonna get 6 dice. Let's see what we get.
Great roll.
2 heavies at least, and then whatever I wish. I believe that medium up there with the elephants probably.
And one of your lights.
And one of my lights. Okay, so yes, we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do those. So this one will come harass. Actually, he'll come to there and harass. These guys will move to there, and he will attack the elephant directly. So, okay, let's do the elephant first. Okay, so 4 dice. Ignoring swords. Oh, well done, sir. I don't even get upset anymore. That's just a good play, man. Well done. I give you claps for that. Good job.
Patrick, at the end of the game, when you see the hand I'm sitting on, and when you realize how your bold attack has swung this game for you.
Say that again.
I have a fistful of amazing cards, and I am damn sure going to play them and go down swinging.
Good.
So here we go.
All right.
So
4 dice.
4 dice against your mediums. Rolled a sword and a retreat. So you will be retreating. You're taking at least 1 casualty. Roll an extra die for that sword. So 1 casualty and a retreat.
And hit, and the elephants are safe again. All right. Go ahead and draw your card back up first, just to make sure you don't forget that order. I'm going to do heavy against Malekatu. Just 5 dice. All we're trying to do is get a leader hit. Nowhere for him to go. And he is cut down in his prime.
I guess I do weren't going to survive this. I mean,
Alright.
probably should have snaked him off the board. I had some some vain hope of getting him across the other side of the board and getting him on that elephant, but
I understand.
I should have prudently just evade him away.
Alright, so Antigenes now against the light bow. Nowhere for them to go. 5 dice. Takes them. And he will advance and battle again against these, but those bowmen may evade. Okay, and they will. 5 dice, green circles only. Good. Good evade. Alright.
So I'm evading here.
Yes, because it's one closer to your side of the board, so that's where you go. Alright. That is all for me.
I'll do a coordinate attack of those units. Alright. Elephants will attack your heavy hoplites with 5 dice.
Okay. Ooh. That is a wipeout. Good job.
The Auxilia with leader bonus attacking the heavy hoplites. 3 dice.
Nice. Another one. Alright. Hit. Or just 2 hits. There. Give me a leader check. Antigenes. He's okay. He evades back. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I think I'm done then.
Alright. We'll do 4 units in the center. Alright. The forces have arrived. Back to you.
That's all I can do, and it's not going to be effective because I'm out of position. So I'll just have to be this elephant. They'll charge. So they'll be rolling 5 dice.
Okay.
Sword and
Got him.
triangle.
Hit. Did you get Antigenes? You did not.
Nope. Gets to squirt away. So elephant again will advance and may battle. So this again will be medium cavalry. So that would normally be 3 dice. So this will be 4
Okay.
dice. So a sword, which will cause a hit, and rolling an extra die. So 2 hit.
Okay.
But the companions ignore a sword hit.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So you would right. Yeah. So if they ignore the sword hit, but you still get the right to roll another one. So yes,
Right.
the triangle would hit. Yes. All right. So give me a leader check. Oh, you bastard! Oh man.
That's a moral victory.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Alright. Bring on the companions.
Mm.
So, normal leader bonus, with Alexander being by their side, but not actually with them. So, this will be 3 dice.
Right. So 3.
I get to ignore one of your hits, one of your red hits, and one of your flags since you're cavalry.
Right. Okay. So here we go. 3 dice. So
I get to ignore the red
and the sword.
and the sword. So it's just gonna be 1 hit.
Okay.
Okay. All right then.
Very nice. Very nice catch up.
Oh, this game is killing me, Patrick.
All right. Well, I
Uh,
better do this just to
you
be
better,
sure.
because
Okay.
oh,
Yes. What'd I forget?
nothing. I forgot. I completely spaced. I have this light cavalry over here engaged with your light infantry. I absolutely could have
Oh,
activated the mounted charge, but oh well.
well,
I did.
I forgot to even attack with him when I moved him up close. So we both forgot. So they're just over there, you know,
Going, hey
waving
man,
gang signs. Hey,
go
we
ahead.
need part of this, right? All right. So let us tread very lightly here. Hmm. Boy, oh boy. All right. I got to do this first. Okay. And also realizing that we didn't do the reshuffle on Rhyme Spartacus, but there you go. We've screwed this up a couple times tonight. Um,
I'm off my game.
I'm off
Your
my. Yeah, we're both like
your bold strategies have thrown me
from
for
your.
a loop. Yeah.
All right. So companions here, 3 dice versus your elephants, ignoring swords. Oh, swords and red hits from cavalry.
And one sword, one flag.
Okay.
So, but that leader will do it.
Yes. Okay. Hooray! All right. Tell me the story of how I so knocked you off your game.
Because, well, I had that mounted charge card.
Mm-hmm.
I had the first strike card. And I had that.
Of course.
I just drew this again. Where'd it go? I just drew that again.
Man.
Uh,
So you were primed to charge with the
I was
elephants.
yep, I was getting that whole right flank ready to charge and just crash in there and roll all kinds of extra dice, and you just came down there and just walloped them. So
Yeah.
it
And when
was
it
a good game.
thank you. That was so. Anytime I draw the double time, my eyes go to the double time card, and then I look at the block of 3 or 4 heavies all together, and then I look at the double time card, and I look back at the units, and I go, "He's 2 away. Go get him!" And so,
And that's the thing. I had it's it was I had to get those elephants up there for that charge, because they only moved 2. So yeah, that double time was the one thing that could have foiled that great plan.
mm, well, that was a lot of fun. A lot more scattered, and I did not expect Antigenes to go all the way to the frontier and then end up all the way back at his border. From retreating. So he's definitely the MVP with his units. Just take him to the limit and then all the way home. Okay, cool. Well, let's take a little 5 minute break and we will see what you can do with the Macedonians.
Okay.
All right. So back again, round 2. Let's see what you can do with Segunder, as they called him when he came through the Khyber Pass in The Man Who Would Be King.
The measure by the sword.
Yes. Segunda's treasure. Whatever he wants, he could take. Alright, I will take my 5 cards and go, oh. I mean, these are right. Okay, off to you go. Good luck.
Okay. Over 2 units on the right. That will be those 2. there. We will loosen an arrow or two into our elephants. First arrow.
I have to say, I am impressed with their ability to strike such a large object from so far away. Hit!
Second cavalry unit. Loosen arrows.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
That's not good for anybody. That is what we call an elephant rampage. So, I will let you do the honors. All three, 2 light bows, and auxiliary with Porus himself will face the wrath of the elephant.
Alright, so 2 dice. We'll start with the light bow on the left.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the target symbol on there just so we know. There you go.
So 2 dice.
Hmm.
Porus himself. 2 dice. Ooh,
One auxilia who has seen many wars is trampled afoot. And
I'm going to assume that we're not going to make a leader check for a unit that takes a wound from a rampage.
yes, in fact, you do. Yeah, it's treated like a hit in every situation because it may be Porus that was hit.
Right. I mean, if Porus by himself, we'd still roll the 2 dice as normal. But all right, well, here we go. 2 dice for Porus. So,
okay.
2 dice for the other long light bow.
Okay, another hit on them.
Hit there.
All right, and then they must retreat 2. I believe. 1. Okay, just 1. Well, okay then. That was a pretty good card.
It's all right. It was just 2 units on the right.
Yeah, I'll use it though. I like it. So I will have 2 on my left. Okay.
So a heavy chariot crashing into my cavalry.
Right. We'll start with the light
cavalry.
bow.
So medium cavalry first, eh?
Medium cavalry against light bow cav first.
So there's no place for them to evade to,
Right.
so they're going to have to stay stuck in. All right.
3 dice. Here we go.
That retreat would be scary if I weren't supported.
That's true.
We are good. We are good. So we'll bring 2 dice in retaliation, I think.
Mm-hmm. 1 hit. All right. And then the heavy here. Heavy cavalry against your light. They may evade this one.
Yeah, I'm going to evade those 4 dice.
Okay. So looking for green circles, 4 dice. Decent evade.
I probably should have put that out. Okay, so evade.
Okay. That is all.
Charge.
Alright. That's how we're going to play this one.
Does not like those companion units. So those are all my mounted units.
Stunned by this, yes.
I think I'm going to be bold. All right. Light bow cavalry is going to attack your elephant.
Here it comes.
Since their swords don't count and you ignore swords as it is, that's a wash. So we're just looking for a red square. 2 dice normally, 3 with the charge.
These light cavalry are made of extraordinary guile.
Advance. Move 1. Battle again. Go right after Porus.
Indeed, bold.
Yeah, you proved to me that bold, decisive action can swing the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 3 dice. Not so much there.
All right. We will choose to ignore that and fight back with 3 dice plus leader bonus. A hit and a retreat.
Alright, over here, Conus and his Greek companion cavalry will attack your medium cav. So this will be 4 dice against cavalry versus cavalry. 4 dice. Here we go. A hit with swords and a leader hit.
Okay, nicely done.
So they may advance. Well, they may. They will attack again, attacking your light bow.
Evade. Okay. Go forth.
4 dice.
And a hit. All right.
So it would have been 3 hits and a retreat. So 1 hit and an evade.
All right.
Sorry.
That's right.
Alexander and the companions attacking the heavy chariot.
Don't stand a chance.
So it can only evade against foot and elephant.
Mm-hmm. 5 dice with this one.
You get to ignore 1 sword that I roll against you.
Okay.
Go with 5 dice. 1 red hit and 2 leader hits.
There you go. Okay. All right.
So Alexander can advance. Move 1. Light bow cavalry has no target, so it is done.
That was indeed bold.
You have shown us the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, I know what you did
What'd I do?
at the beginning of all this. You got in my head, you played your mind games, you psyched me out with you. Oh, there's going to be a lot of posturing and drawing of lines, and we're going to take it slow. And then you just come in and go, BAM! You hit me with that double time and you smash my lines. You're not yet, clever, but
Yeah.
not as clever as you think. I see right through you. I see you.
Hey, and because of, yeah, you can see through me? All right. Good. Okay. Well, sir, this is quite the conundrum here. So, I think bold and spicy is the way of things as well. So I'm going to do a coordinated attack. I'm going to do this and this and this. And we will march Porus directly into harm's way. And then the elephant will come around here after these companions. And the heavy chariot will move in a supporting role. Okay. The elephants first against the companion cavalry. You may evade. I will be attacking with 3 dice.
You will be attacking with 3 dice, but you get to re-roll sword. It's tempting. I think I'm going to stay.
Okay. So, 3 dice. Here we go. All swords, baby. All swords. 1.
1 sword.
Okay. So, here's the second die. And nothing. Okay. So, we get a hit. And let's see if we... Nice. Let's see if we inflict a damage on that particular... Oh, wait, let's see. No, you ignore the sword hit, right? Because you're a companion. So, that didn't even hit.
You're right.
That's a bummer. That's just a bummer. Okay. All right. Well, Porus.
I'd like to say that was part of my calculus about why I stayed.
Sure, sure.
You know,
Yeah.
the folks that don't know, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's
So
right.
3 dice against your elephant.
Yes,
You get to ignore swords.
I do.
All right.
Oh, nothing. Okay.
All right.
So Porus then will go
Porus.
after Alexander himself.
All right.
Would you care to evade on this one?
Mm-mm.
All right. So 3 dice plus leader bonus coming at you. Mm!
Damn. Okay.
He's a big man. Yes. You get to ignore one of them.
Get to ignore one of them, right?
Right.
Where's our thing? Ignore one sword in close combat. Wow. Man. Saved by the skin of their teeth on that. All right. 3 dice coming back at 4 dice.
4 dice coming back, right? Oh, wait. Before. Okay. Yeah.
Why would you
Well, I
say
was the leader check for Alexander. But that's okay. We'll yeah. Let's do the leader check. Here we go. 2 dice. He's half dead.
half dead?
All right.
I think he was in this battle. I think he did get wounded at some point.
Eh.
So here we go. 4 dice coming back. I think I got pretty much the same roll as I did before.
I got a hit. Okay. All right. So I take a hit, and you can do your leader check now. Okay. All right. I believe that is all.
Coordinated attack, you say? I think I'm just gonna go of leadership in any section. Alexander, that mess of stacked units that doesn't properly get highlighted. So it'll be my 2 medium cavalries and their 2 respective leaders. We'll lead off with Corona and his cavalry versus the Ella.
Okay.
Making up this game. So this will be 3 dice now. With leader bonus. And you will ignore that sword. So that is nothing.
Okay, so here's 3 dice back, and you ignore a single sword. So nothing.
A retreat and a sword, but that single sword grants you a
Oh,
roll.
that's true. I do get a reroll. Yeah, so 1 extra roll. Here we go. Nothing.
Nothing.
Those howdahs are difficult to
They
knock off, yes.
Armored toolboxes, you like them too. Alexander and the companions against Porus and the Auxilia. 4 dice. 2 retreats, so you'll have to take a retreat and a hit.
Okay, so here's the hit. Go ahead and give me a leader check. That's all right.
Close.
And there's a retreat.
Well, Alexander is nothing if not bold, so he will follow up and press the attack again with 4 more dice.
Okay.
And
Gets him.
there's a hit.
Alright, what of poor Porus? He's fine.
Gets to evade away.
He will. Okay.
Maybe we should say this for the end of the game, but you know, I think you're kind of facing the same situation I am. Is the Indian line? You've got some powerful units in there, but but there's only a handful of them, and getting struck like that and having half your line thrown in the disarray really kind of puts you on your back foot.
It very much does, because I have decent cards, but very limited options in which to execute. I have 1 card that's completely useless, and the rest of them just do not do optimally what I need them to do.
Right.
So,
all your units are slow.
Yeah.
You have the 1 medium cavalry, which I never even got to use in my game. So,
all right. I think I have to do this then. This is where the game pivots from attack to defense, that will be the line that gets activated. And these 2 units will move 1 to there. This one will move out to there, and then the other light bow will just fire. Okay. So light bow first. He stayed. He's going to loose 2 arrows at Alexander. So 2 dice. Getting a hit.
Another battle. Another group of companions going down.
1 die against the lone Alexander. He lives. Okay. And then this one up here will fire 1 die at this unit. So here's 1 against that light bow cav. An ignorable retreat. And then Son of Porus down here can throw a spite javelin against your companions up here with 1 die. And they may ignore that flag. So that is all.
Kind of a boring move, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Do 3 units on the left, but as I only have 2 units on the left, Porus will move and join those auxilia there. And these light bow will fire at the companions with 2 dice. Aim true, my hawkmen. Here is the 2 dice for Conus. Close.
Close.
All right. Yours.
It won't be quite as effective as when you did it. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
I kind of figured that was coming, so I did not take the bait.
Okay. Of course, they may not fire. They won't be doing anything. So we'll start here. So these heavy hoplites will attack your light bow with 5 dice.
We will evade.
5 dice.
Nice.
2 green circles. And attacking your heavy chariot. You can evade against foot.
I have nowhere to evade. Yep.
Where to go? You'll get to ignore a sword. So 5 dice. And you ignore that sword. And
But I have to take one of the
you gotta take one of the flags.
and they retreat 2, right? So they are wiped out. Do you dare to press?
Yeah, we'll advance. Advance. Move 1.
No. They're heavies, not cavalry.
Right. Same thing. Going after the elephant.
Of course you are. Poor Jumbo.
5 dice with leader bonus.
Oh boy, oh boy. This is slightly tilted towards the Macedonians. Perhaps. I mean, you did better than I with the Indians. But let's see if I can't get
Yeah, I mean,
something.
it's not over yet. You know, I've exposed myself. I've got unsupported units. Game ain't over yet. I am not counting you out. I am done with my turn and drawing a card, however.
I aim to misbehave, so I will. I don't have any medium troops, so I'm going to activate a single unit.
Okay.
And I have not gotten to use these things effectively yet, so he's going to go there and charge your hoplites.
All right.
I forgot the rocks. Twice in one night.
Oh, but you're ignoring the swords. You're only going to take one hit.
Yeah.
Because?
And there's a rampage.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, no, you... Oh, that's only versus cavalry and chariots where you're
Right.
flag.
So here is the two.
So a free hit.
Free hit on yours.
Well, I guess it's not a free hit.
Right.
Well, it's a free hit, but
2 dice. Yeah.
Attack.
Here's 2 dice.
2 dice.
Forcing a retreat, so we both retire. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Okay.
I'll draw my command card first to get back
All right.
full.
Oh, this game. All right. Back to you.
Okay. I think. It's time for coordinated attack. Order those 3 units. Those guys are just light infantry. They'll down 1. They will throw their javelins at your elephant. 1 die. Nothing. Medium cavalry attacking your sons of Porus. 3 dice. No retreat if you want to take it.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right.
Oh no.
Here's 3 dice back with leader bonus. 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get Conus? We did get Conus.
So he died. I think he's died in both battles, right?
I believe he has, yeah. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. This is more of a spirited, close battle.
2 units of companions. So...
we will evade here, yes.
Yes. 5 dice. Green circles only. Ooh.
Very nice evade.
That's a good evade.
Alright, 1, 2. This game. I just drew another medium, so I'm still misbehaving. Here we go. So he's going right for Antigenes, hoping that you don't have another first strike.
There's only one. Look at that.
Oh, good. So here we go.
Hold the line!
Five dice against the trampling elephant charge.
Cannot retreat, so... Ooh.
3 hits with 2 more rolls. Oh, sadly, do not get the leader bonus.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like you said, 3 hits.
Okay. So
2 more dice.
2 more dice. Here we go. All right. So 3 hits. That would have been sweet. All right, and here's the leader check. Oh. So,
5 dice. Leader bonus.
And there you go. There you have it. All right. Well, overwhelmingly for the Macedonians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I so as perplexed as you were in the first game, if we're transitioning into our final thoughts for the evening, specifically on this game, my hand was devoid of center cards, which was crushingly painful early on because I could not get the bulk of the elephants moving. And then it just became I have stuff on the right, but I don't have any powerful units on the right anymore. And then I had 2 line commands, but again, that one little silly cavalry charge there at the beginning that pushed the elephants in between cut the line in twain, and I could not move all of my foot units because there was an elephant blocking the way.
Yeah.
So this one was very difficult. So the remaining cards I have 3 on the right, a line command, 2 on the left, and 2 on the right, all of which are just no help whatsoever to try to get things moving. So it came down to me using 2 throwaway cards with those mediums just to get that elephant charging. But that first strike was perfect timing. Twice.
Got lucky there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean this one. I don't know what it takes. It would take a few more plays for me to see if there is a magic formula to help with the Indian side versus the Macedonian onslaught. I think what you did was probably pretty appropriate to just get some easy victories with the cavalry. Historically, that's what was done because those units can just be disposed of pretty simply. But not being able to move the bulk of the forces in the middle was just devastating for me. I was sitting there just like, come, take some. And that paired with your bold and spicy attacks there on your right were pretty significant. I mean, the companions are a nice little spirit, moral victory, but that was well played. By your silence, you agree.
I do.
Okay. You're a man of few words.
I made my point during the game, about how I felt about the Indians, and
yeah,
both times both Macedonian players had some good cards. I mean, obviously, you were far more effective with that double time than I was, but even in my game, that certainly helped.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anytime you can close that gap.
You just look at the units of yours, like both your chariots and all 3 of your elephants are down.
Right.
Those are just, and we've just struggled with these units, and they're glass cannons.
Mm-hmm.
They're so powerful, but they really need to have support around them.
Right, especially the chariots, because I mean, historically they made that made sense that they were ineffective against the long javelins and everything of the Macedonians, but they're not meant to be vanguard weapons. You think they are, but that's when you're surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of cavalry. But if they're, as you said, if they're out there by themselves, they're just picked off pretty easily with 2. I mean, if they were 3 blocks, maybe, but with 2,
that's the thing. That's what I felt about the elephants. The elephants are just so fragile with just 2 blocks. But they ignore sword. But in our games, a lot of times
you're rolling up with leaders.
And in our previous games, a lot of times it's been green units who aren't even getting the sword hits.
Right.
That have taken down elephants.
Right.
So.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. But so ends the career so far in this expansion of Alexander's trek to the east. And we'll now move on to the next phase. This is the Wars of the Successors, which I think this is going to be quite a few scenarios, at least 5 or 6, of various historical names that you and I will not be able to pronounce, fighting over bits and pieces and scraps at the table of the former Macedonian Empire. So that's where we're going to be in the next few sessions. But if you've enjoyed this, of course, this is our weekly admonition. Please click that subscribe button. Click like. I guess that's the little thumbs. Show us that you like what we're doing, or tell us why do you feel like we need to be doing something else in the comments.
bell too that you're supposed to.
I hear about this bell.
Every YouTube video I watch says, "Click the bell," and
I'm the same way. It's a mythical bell. I don't see it. So. But we love to hear your feedback. We love to read your feedback. Anyway, we've got some dedicated watchers who give us questions and comments about our tactics, and we invite you to do the same. And we're here each and every week. So thanks for joining us for the ride. I think we're halfway through this one now, and then we will. Then we'll be moving on to Rome versus the Barbarians for our next big expansion. But that's a ways off. I think that's at least 6 or 8 weeks off. So, well, thank you for a great game. Congratulations on your Macedonian victory in the second game.
Congratulations on yours in the first.
Why, thank you very much. And we will see you here next week. Have a great one.